Hello, good evening. My name is Sandra Essenamakanuni. Welcome to Business. Let's start from the GRA. And 41 cartons of carbonated special ice drinks, tobacco and assorted products have been seized from distributors and retail shops in the Central Business District in Accra. The exercise by the task force of the Ghana Revenue Authorities in line with the quest to achieve full compliance of the excise tax stamp law.
Tuesday morning's operation at the Central Business District was to enhance sensitization of the excise tax law whilst ensuring the necessary tax and duties are paid on products. According to the GRA, compliance has improved since the last excise was carried out relative to the compliance rate in 2018. Several cartons of non-alcoholic beverages and other assorted wines, both imported and locally produced, were seized from some of the wholesale shops, distributors and retail shops. Head of Excise at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Kwabna Ampao, has been speaking to Joy Business.
We understand clearly that our job is on the market. We have to be here, because all the products will eventually come here, and then we cannot sit in our offices. That is why we come here.
Can we say some of these products were smuggled into the country?
I don't want to make any categorical statement as to why they are not here. They have to explain to us why they are not here. But for us, if we continue to say that if you have paid the duties and taxes, put the stamps on them. And so if there are no stamps on the products, we take it that the duties and taxes have not been paid. And if you have any explanations to make to the Commissioner General, then you can do so. We shall continue to seize those products until importers and manufacturers comply.
Manager of a wholesale shop where some drinks were seized blamed the manufacturer for not affixing stamps and denied selling non-tax products. The GRA, however, accused him of issuing fake VAT invoice, a claim he disputed.
You are not using the proper VAT invoice. What will you have to say? What will you have to say about
I'm using VAT invoice.
And so why have you given it to them if that's the right?
It's up to them. They have to, the VAT invoice is with them. Even up to yesterday, I used VAT invoice. After you have received it, delivered, and everything is certified, what we will tell them that it's for us.
So now it's not yours?
Yes.
For now you can't say it's yours?
Yes.
It's for special ice?
Of course.
So you can't be faulted?
Pardon?
You can't be faulted?
Yes.
The owners of the shops will have to pay a penalty to the authority for failing to comply with the law. Ebenezer Sabate's report for Joy Business.
So from the GRA task force, let's move to the NIC, where a special task force of the National Insurance Commission, NIC, has arrested occupants of 8 uninsured commercial buildings in Accra with a low compliance rate to insurance in Accra. Head of the special task force, Joseph Bento, told Joy Business the NIC will continue to intensify its action this year. Charles Aite was with the team and now reports.
With 1 million commercial buildings in Accra without fire insurance, the Special Task Force of the National Insurance Commission visited some commercial buildings without insurance covers, arresting some occupants of these buildings.
Don't talk too much. We brought this letter to him, and he needs to act on it. It is upon this that we have come. Whatever has transpired, looking at his age and his state, we are not angry. Okay? But we have to do our work.
Having embarked on this same exercise for 4 years, I inquired of the head of the task force, Joseph Bento, on the effectiveness of this strategy.
The output is not encouraging because this is Accra this is about the 6th enforcement that we are doing, and still our compliance is far below 20%.
Don't you think the entire strategy could not be really yielding the needed result?
The strategy could yield the result if we normalize it, and it's an everyday affair as I look at it.
Meanwhile, a distraught occupant who was picked up by the police argued the entire approach by the NIC task force was not civil.
Show them receipts, but the certificate has not been given to us. We've insured the place for over 1 year and we have the receipt. So I don't know why they are still taking us to the station. And even you should have even given us a notice ahead of time, maybe a week or two. You know what, we'll be coming around because it's a company. Because I never received any letter from them.
What do you make of the entire approach shortly?
Oh, I think this is a bit harsh because I have to be in my office right now. I have to work and I'm here wasting my time.
Sections 183 and 184 of the Insurance Act 724 make it compulsory for private commercial buildings, including those under construction, to be insured. The exercise is to be replicated in all 10 regions of the country.
Away from tax-related issues, senior tax partner at accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, George Kwetia, has described the country's laws as not friendly to businesses. He made this disclosure at the Made in Joy Business PwC seminar on intelligent taxing in Accra.
Speaking in an interview with Joy Business, Mr. Kwetia noted that working on these laws could improve the fortunes of businesses in the country.
I would say transformation fatigue. We felt like you rightly pointed out, there have been several recommendations, suggestions, policy changes, blah, blah, blah. And you watch the attitude of the average taxman, he still does things the same old way. Because at the end of the day, the guy is so fatigued of the various policy initiatives. Every government that comes on board comes up with something else. Here, day in and day out, laws are being changed.
He, however, warned that the current challenges facing firms in the country in honoring their tax obligations could impact negatively on government's revenue if these issues are not addressed. The event brought together entrepreneurs, small business owners to be schooled on how you can intelligently honor your tax obligations to the state. For most of these small businesses, it was clear they were having serious challenges when it comes to honoring their tax obligations to the country.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says government is committed to ensuring economic stability to attract more investors into the country. According to him, moving Ghana beyond aid requires more investment. Hence, government's desire to ensure a stable economy. Dr. Bawumia was speaking at the German African Business Summit in Accra.
The German African Business Summit brought together a network of over 700 high-ranking representatives of some businesses from Germany and sub-Saharan Africa to explore investments and business opportunities between Africa and Germany. Vice President Dr. Bawumia said government is working hard to ensure fiscal discipline to create an enabling economic environment for investors.
So the law has been passed to maintain the fiscal deficit to not more than 5%. As I said, last year we were at 3.9%. And also to establish, we've also established a fiscal council with independent people to oversee the implementation and advise the president on the implementation of fiscal policy. So they have that. And under our fiscal responsibility law, if the target is missed, the finance minister is subject to censure in parliament. So it is very, very important that we are putting in place institutions that will anchor macroeconomic stability. And I think this is very important also for investors, both domestic and foreign, that you are going to come into an environment which is relatively stable.
On his part, German Minister for Economic Cooperation and Development, Dr. Jared Müller, said his country is looking at investing into various sectors of the Ghanaian economy, including agriculture.
Investment, not only money and business investment in the future of the young generation, in vocational training, in the youth and in the future of your young generation. We will also expand our cooperation in the field of agriculture. Ghana has a lot of potential there.
Meanwhile, CEO for the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, was optimistic the summit will draw more companies, including SMEs, to invest.
I think the bigger interest are in the very efficient German SMEs who would piggyback on these big companies to come into the market, invest in the market. We just spoke to somebody who is in cybersecurity, who is doing some work in Ghana on digital television and the digitization program to ensure that we have the necessary cybersecurity protocols in there. And we already have at the GIPC a number of companies coming on the engineering side who are looking to be subcontractors for some of the bigger projects that we have here. But they're actually going to invest here, train people and set up offices here.
At the end of the three-day summit, participants are expected to gain insights on current developments and future potential for German-African business relations. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklu.
That's all for business for now.